Voilà. Ça va? Comment ça va?
Magnifique.
Comment ça va à Bordeaux?
Et c'est un peu froid, mais c'est bien. C'est bien. C'est bien.
So that's great news about you're happy with 2020. I heard it was a difficult harvest. It was a difficult vintage.
Yes. We had an incredible season with a lot of rain in April, May, and June. And so we had to be very careful with the mildew because most of our vineyards are in bio or biodynamic. Today we have 150 hectares in bio or biodynamic. On the 200 hectares, we have 150 in bio and biodynamic. We have 70 hectares in biodynamic. So it's when you know what biodynamic is, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love it.
We have done 35 hectoliters per hectare in 2020, which is not great, of course, but it's not bad on that vintage because it was really difficult to make wine in 2020. And for the different reason is 2020, we had the problem of mildew. And then in July, we had a very dry and sunny July. So because of that, the fruit stay very small with a very high proportion of skin and small proportion of juice. So we have small berries, so with a very high concentration of tannin. And in September, the second thing, in September, that was also very warm and very dry. And so we had a second concentration on the fruit.
Wow.
Because the juice, there was some evaporation, you know, when the volume of juice was going down in September. So at the end, we had a vintage with a lot of skin, a lot of possibility of tannin, and a small quantity of juice. So this is certainly the most powerful vintage we have ever made at Domaine de Chevalier.
Wow.
With a level of quantity of tannin very high.
It's interesting because this is the second year that you had this, because 2018 was a little bit like that too, where you had the mildew,
not
dry.
Yes.
So even higher.
Yeah. 18 in fact, 18 we had a very raining season, and you are right. In April, May, and June, and we had also problem of mildew in 18. So they are quite similar until the end of June. But the summer of 18 was nice, but not so warm as was July 20.
Okay.
And September 20 was incredible. It was the real summer in September. Normally in September, the days are a little bit shorter, the temperature is a little bit lower. Normally September is not August, you know, but September was warmer than August this year. So incredible September. September.
I've been tasting the 18s, and they're absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
And so many of the wines you just want to, drink déjà. They're super, gourmand, like, incredible. They're so gourmand.
It's a wine with an incredible potential because there is a very high level of tannin, but there is an incredible balance in this wine. So, 2009 was very charming. 2010 was a little bit sharp, but 2018 is between 2009 and 2010. He is quite feminine. 2018. But in the same time, there is this incredible structure and power which give to this wine the possibility to age forever.
It's true, they're just incredible.
Just incredible.
So do you like your 18 better than your 19?
Yes. Yes.
I like your honesty.
I'm not very commercial, as you can see, James. But no, because 19, no, 19 was 19 was 25% less in price.
That's true.
So with 4 bottles of 19, you can have 3 bottles of 18.
I understand. Well, anyways, the 18 is just incredible, the purity of fruit, but we'll taste it together. But also tell me, so when are you gonna so will all the vineyards of Domaine de Chevalier be biodynamic one day?
Yeah, we are working. We signed last year to go the certifications.
With Demeter?
Yes.
Oh, great. Wow.
And so we start on the white, but we are on the way to go white first, red second.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
And so you know that when you sign, even if the first certification will be in 3 years, during 3 years, you are obliged to be 100% bio or biodynamic. So we are on the way. We are on the way. Even, I think that a property cannot change from no biodynamic to biodynamic from one day to another day, because it's a complete revolution on everything, on the people, on the tractors, on the way you work your vineyard, on everything. It's a revolution. So you need to do that year after year. And so we work on that for 10 years. And in the next 3-4 years, we'll be certified biodynamic.
Why did you guys decide that you wanted to be biodynamic? What was the motivation?
Because when you make the choice not to use any more pesticide or we call that molecule de synthèse. That means the product is going in your vine and not only on the vine. It's going in the vine. And so we stopped all that product. And today we are only by contact. And when you do this choice, you have the choice of the bio and biodynamic. And so from the beginning, we start on the both sides. But to be honest, to go on the biodynamic, you need the right guy, because it's so complicated, James. It's so crazy that you need the right person. And we have an incredible guy called Alexis here. And Alexis is in charge of the biodynamic, and we help him with 2 very nice guys coming here regularly. You know that Stéphane de Renoncourt also is working with us. And so, the guy in charge of the biodynamic cannot be alone. He's too crazy to be alone. So you need to be with him. You need to work with him. But this guy is doing the job for us. And really, it's an incredible job.
I look forward to following the whole thing. I think it's a great move for you guys. So listen, what do you want to taste first? Quel vin tu veux déguster?
You want to taste what? Esprit and Domaine de Chevalier red, or you want to taste wine?
Let's do a Lune.
We have the Clos de Lune, Lune d'Argent. We have Esprit de Chevalier and Domaine de Chevalier, if you like.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I have the Lune d'Or.
Yes. Okay. We don't have Lune d'Or, but we have Lune d'Argent here.
Okay, we have d'Argent also.
Okay. So
voilà.
We start with Lune d'Argent. Tu peux m'en mettre un peu plus.
We're actually posting a story on great value white Bordeaux, and we have the Lune d'Argent in the story. Okay, so tell me about 18 for whites. I tasted a lot of whites already, and I was impressed by the structure and also the freshness. I was surprised. I thought, the hot summer that the wines would have lost some of their freshness, but they're still very, very fresh and
Yeah.
bright.
To be honest with you, 18 was not an easy vintage for wine, and we had to be very careful on the maturity of the white because that was not an easy vintage. Because we had a warm summer, and warm summer is normally going well with red, but not going so well with white. So we have to be very careful on the maturity to protect the fruit with not to take leaves too early, because we have to protect the fruit from the sun in 2018 on the white. And many people harvest a little bit too early in 18 because they were thinking that the level of alcohol will be too important, the level of acidity will be too low. And this is not our choice. We don't like so much to harvest too early. So many people start at the end of August. We are not very happy with that. And we start in September.
It has a really nice phenolic texture.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like Marie says hello. Marie says hello.
Harry, how are you? Good to see you.
Voilà, there is a lovely texture. There is a nice acidity at the end because the final of the wine, the end of the wine is very, very clear. 18, the secret of 18 was precision, and precision of the maturity, precision of the harvest, precision in terms of vinification, precision in terms of aging, because this vintage was not easy. It was not like 17 or 19. 18 was a little bit more difficult. So in a difficult vintage, you have to be very precise, because it was quite easy not to be ripe in 2018. It was quite easy to be too much oaky. It was quite easy to have too much alcohol. It was quite easy to have too low acidity. So it was quite easy to make something wrong in 2018. And so the word precision is certainly the most important thing on that vintage 18.
It's interesting you say that, and because in fact, so many people made fantastic wines anyways. I guess it just shows that there's a very high level of winemaking in Bordeaux now compared to even 10 years ago.
Yes, no doubt, James. On the white is incredible. Revolution.
James, I just bought for him Domaine de Chevalier wine.
Okay.
I
can the Esprit. I like the Esprit. It's very. I would just tasted the Esprit also, and that's very ouvert. It's already open, easy to drink. The Grand Vin though is really another level.
Yes, but the Grand Vin is really down to age, and today is a mistake. It's a mistake to open a bottle of 2018 Domaine de Chevalier. When
so powerful.
If you have in the wine bar, in your wine bar, if you have an Esprit 2018, you can drink it for lunch. It's not a problem. But for Domaine de Chevalier, it's a pity to open Domaine de Chevalier 18 today. I don't know.
It's hard to tell if I really like 17 or 18 better. They're both fantastic wines, and they're both, I think that 17 is a little bit more structured, but this has a really great balance and precision.
Perhaps, James, the level of acidity is very important in the white, and there is a little bit more acidity in the 17 than the 18. But because the acidity is a little bit lower in 18, perhaps we find the wine today more easy to understand, more easy to drink, because a wine with a low acidity is wonderful young.
That's true.
But the wine with a high acidity, it's wonderful to age, to pass year after year, and to give this possibility to age, and to give this possibility to give another dimension to your wine after a few years, another dimension. Yes.
So let's move on to the reds now. What wines do you have?
We have Esprit, and we have Domaine.
Okay, perfect. I really like the tannin structure of the Esprit. Very fine tannins. Yeah, voila, look.
That's the one I'm pouring as well.
J'ai le même.
So you're on the same wine.
But this is a very good example of a excellent 2018 where you have the purity of fruit and at the same time these very fine tannins, almost powdery in the second wine. It's really one of the best second wines I've had from you guys.
Because normally you perhaps know that behind the second wine we have a third wine also. So in the second wine of Domaine de Chevalier, we don't put everything. We don't put blend the Grand Vin. So the Esprit Chevalier is a selection, and to be honest, on this wine there is nothing green.
No.
It's just a full mature with a firm tannin, but not green, and nothing is green. Nothing is. There is a great precision in the structure, in the definition of the wine.
Okay, so let's move to the Grand Vin. I already tasted this before, so I'm excited to taste it again because I remember it was so amazing. But there's really this just impressive purity of fruit,
Yes.
and then it starts changing to, sous-bois and mushrooms and almost this tile, cement stone character, like the hot stones in your vineyard.
What is just incredible on the red Bordeaux today is the nose, because I'm sure you remember tasting wine 20 years ago. The nose was not so expressive, and today you can stay on the nose of this wine for a few minutes because there is a quite incredible variety, complexity, expression. The nose, and certainly that the bio and biodynamic is helping this expression of the nose. And the nose, is really the reflect of the soil, and a great soil give a great nose. The nose is not coming from the technique. The nose is never coming from oak. Is never coming the good nose. Is never coming from vinification. From the nose is coming from the soil, and I'm very happy with the last vintage of Domaine de Chevalier with this level of quality of nose growing year after year.
It really has. The wine has so much more complexity now. Complexity in the nose right away.
Yes.
What was the blend? What was the assemblage in the 18?
That's pretty. You got 65 Cabernet, 30 Merlot, and 5 Petit Verdot.
Okay.
That's pretty much the typical.
No Cabernet Franc on that vintage.
I think that this is really one of the greatest wines you ever made.
Yes, certainly the best one.
I really think so. It really is. And I remember tasting it from barrel. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible.
And yeah, and this wine is really done, you know, there is this structure, there is this minerality, there is this precision. It's not an easy wine to drink today. I think Esprit was perhaps showing more, but Domaine is a word of precision. It's like the white, you know. There is this long definition going forever, and this wine have an incredible potential. But I'm sure that like a nice bottle of 2009, you know, a nice bottle of 2009 today, you drink it because it's a lovely wine.
Well, listen, thank you so much for the tasting. I'm going to have to head out, but it was great to taste with you, and félicitations for the wines, particularly the Domaine de Chevalier Rouge. It's really a monument for Domaine de Chevalier, and for me, the greatest wine you ever made. So I'm sure that there'll be maybe even, well, of course, there'll be some greater ones, but it's so exciting to hear the path you're taking with organic and biodynamic farming, and that's amazing. You know, I'm 100% behind that. I totally believe in it. That's why our wine of the year last year from Argentina is biodynamic, and that was a message about how important biodynamic is for the environment, but also for making real wines. And you have a unique terroir, what we call in English ecosystem. And it's great that you're safeguarding that, you're protecting it. So my friends, thank you so much. And I look forward to catching up with you for on premiere.
Yes,
So
yes.
Thanks again. I look forward to seeing you both in April, and please stay safe.
Thank you for your support,
Merci,
James.
James.
Ok, mes amis. Ciao.